Epic Games, recently, you have come to me asking me for my opinion of how to save your game. And let me tell you, the way you did it was extremely infuriating. You sent me a poll after a game a few days ago saying, rate the Bandage Bazooka's performance on a scale of 1 to 5. Let me tell you, that really infuriated me. Because out of all the weapons in the game, you picked the Bandage Bazooka. And I know you probably sent out a bunch of different ones with different things, but the Bandage Bazooka, really? Everyone knows that that gun is performing fine. No one's complaining about it. Now let's see. A few days after you send out that poll, you nerfed my favorite weapon, the Heavy Sniper. A gun that once performed absolutely amazing. You nerfed it to the ground. Now everybody hates it, everyone's complaining about it, and what was your reasoning? Your reasoning was that we were one-shotting your fucking bots. Are you kidding me? So infuriating. So now, I'm gonna show you your salvation to saving your game from dying. With my opinions on not just the Bandage Bazooka, but some guns you could bring back, some vehicles to save your fucking game. One thing that you blokes could bring back is the hoverboard. I know you added skateboards as a back bling to look cool, to appeal to the youth. But then you got rid of the hoverboards, out of nowhere. Yeah, I get it, you were transitioning into Season 2, you wanted to change some stuff up. Yeah, I get it, but the hoverboards were literally the best use of mobility out there. And now everyone's complaining that the games take too long, there's too few people in the second circle, like it always goes down to like 30 people. And it takes literal, like over 10 minutes to find one single person if you land in not the hot drop of the POIs. And it's infuriating. If you brought back the hoverboard, first off, you could have some cool ass plays, like sniping from the hoverboard, even though the fucking Heavy Sniper only does 120 damage now. Bring back a bunch of different stuff. A lot of cool stuff. And the hoverboard, in my opinion, was the coolest vehicle you added to the game. Now, Epic, the next weapon you should bring back is the hunting rifle. This thing was absolutely beguiling in game. So much fun to play with. Now you just scope in or not even scope in and could deal good 60 to 80 damage with it. And it was honestly one of my favorite weapons. First off, you could do some cool trick shots with it. Especially on the fucking hoverboard that you got rid of. So these two would go really well hand in hand. And you have such a little amount of snipers in the game. What, you have the suppressed and now you have the nerfed Heavy Sniper. But this weapon was loved by all players and it was removed out of nowhere. No one was complaining about it. Literally no one. If you could put a poll out there asking people, do you like this weapon? Do you like the hunting rifle? Everyone would say yes, yes, yes. And they would want you to bring that shit back. And bringing it back would legit, I swear to you, I swear on my Jewish chain, that they would love this thing. And everyone would flock back. The next thing I would want you to bring, a change about your game, is quite easy. It's the amount of mats you have in your game. It literally takes 10 minutes to get max wood. 10 minutes. And most of the time you just die anyways with the mats and people collect it throughout the game. If you added a little bit more mats to the amount that we would play, people would start moving quicker, the game would go by faster, and people would love it. No one complains, hey, you have too many mats. This guy just won't stop cranking because you have the RPG to knock it all down. But if you have this much mats in the game, people would love it. People would be getting into build fights, and now since everyone's so good at the game, that's all that happens anyways. And then you just run out of mats and die. It's basically who could blow all the mats first, and that's the person who died. And in my opinion, if you added more mats to the game, that would make it 10 times better. Now the next thing I would love if you added to the game, or added back to it, is the quad crasher. Maybe just even the quad. No one was complaining about that, except for maybe how slow it was. And everyone loved using it. It was a great source of mobility back when it was in the game, and there was no complaints with it. And now that you added it back to Party Royale, that would be great if you added it back to the game. Add a little bit more mobility to get you into zone, make the game speed up a little bit. That would be a great addition. Now the next thing is a dirt bike. I know you haven't had anything like this in the game before, but can you imagine 2 people riding around on a dirt bike, 1 person driving, 1 person on the back? How cool that would be. It could be like the hoverboard where you could flip it over, do a bunch of tricks, and it wouldn't be overpowered. Just add some sort of fucking mobility to your game, mate. Jesus Christ. Like, the dirt bike's a great idea. I don't know why you haven't thought about that yet. It is such a cool addition. Now, the next thing I would find quite awesome is if you added some gas canisters to Fortnite. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, we already add TNT as fucking explosive cans. No, that's not what I'm talking about. This thing right here, it's perfect to drink. No, I'm kidding. Basically, if you added this to the game, you could make it so you could destroy those build fights that always happen. Just pour a little gasoline at the base of the build fight, yeah, and then just shoot it, and it would go ablaze and stop burning it down. I know you added the new engine, I'm blanking on the name right now, and I know you could use gas canisters in that engine. It could make it so much better. The gameplay could just switch up completely. And I know it could be a little bit OP, but that would be a fun addition to the game. I would recommend adding to the game is a massive monster truck. Now this thing would be absolutely fucking amazing to ride around in with your friends. 1 person drives and the other 3 could sit in the bed of the truck and just drive around. Could have the same health as the helicopter and can maybe even go a little bit less fast. People would absolutely love that. Can you imagine just whipping around with your friends, just shooting at the back of this thing? That would be fucking amazing, mate. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the energy sword that you added to Fortnite. You know, the one that you swing around like this as a pickaxe. That was absolutely amazing. I mean, props to you, that was actually a sick pickaxe, but you gotta make more like it. One-handed, swinging things like this. I know you tried it with the Star Wars one, it failed. I'm glad you tried again and made this thing. This is absolutely beautiful. It's fun for hunting wallabies, taking out kangaroos. It's the best thing ever. The next thing I want to talk about is this fucking drum gun right here. I know you limited it to 1 in the game, you know. Midas has it, he's like boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it's fucking horrible. Get rid of it. Everyone always complains. They're always like, oh, I got sprayed by the drum gun, got sprayed by the drum gun, got sprayed by the drum gun. Just either get rid of it and nerf it to the ground. This shit is absolutely fucking horrible. Finally, we reach the best item that you guys got rid of. And it is the pistol that goes pop. I'm blanking on the name of it, but looks exactly like this. It was one of the best guns you had in the game. It felt so satisfying when you zoomed in, scoped, boom, it's like a sniper rifle, but it only does 60 damage. That was the best thing, and when you brought it back, when you unvaulted it, that was amazing, and then you just got rid of it. Why do you do that shit? Fortnite, you're absolutely horrible. You're horrible at developing things. Hire me. Hire Crocodile Crikey. I will get this job done and make the best weapons you could ever see. Now, Fortnite, please. I am begging you. Please save your game. Make some of these changes. Make the people happy. Don't just make the people at the top happy. I know they're streamers and they have a lot of influence, but please just save your game. It'll make people like me, the average person who's not too great at Fortnite, but I love making content about it, it'll make us happy. If you listen to our voices instead of pulling these random different fucking weapons like the bandage bazooka and nerfing the heavy sniper because of your fucking henchmen, then you'll save your game. Please, hire me, hire Crocodile Crikey, and I'll save your game. Listen to the people, please.